All right, everybody, welcome back to 18 Outdoors. Hey, hunting season is very close here in Alabama, and at some of these shows this year, Kathy and I, we've had people ask us, if you was gonna start hunting public land in Alabama and you just wanted to hunt, you wanted to hunt a place you didn't have much pressure, just as far as people being real particular about how you do things. Well, I'm driving down to one of them, or to me, this would be the best piece of public land to go deer hunting at in Alabama, period. That, I've not been to all of them, but I've been to a bunch of them. And this one be our Sam R. Murphy Wildlife Management Area, okay? It's 16,500 something acres. Not a real big management area, but it's located in Lamar and Marion County, just south of Hamilton, off of like 43 is where their office is at, and they've got a campground, a primitive campground, and this place will average a harvest of about 200 deer a year, which is incredible on the smaller amount of land that they have, but it's just very amazing, and it's very limited on. The management strategy is they want families or people to come and have a good time and not have to worry about specific guidelines, because you can harvest 2 deer a day here, a doe and a buck. Archery season is October 15th to February 10th, so you can kill 2 deer a day basically, but you can only kill 3 bucks. So another thing is they don't have an antler restriction. So that means, hey, a lot of people come here just, to get their meat for the year, or to carry kids during the holidays, and just a basic introduction to hunting, deer hunting. So, but it is, the first place that I killed a deer at, Spike. So, and back in the 80s, and it's just I've killed several deer. Matter of fact, our family has had very good success here, and have really enjoyed it. And years ago it was actually named Lamarion Wildlife Management Area, and basically because part of it was in Lamar County and part of it's in Marion County. So, well, I'm pulling up to the campground right now, but anyway, this place, I'm gonna drive around and show you some land and stuff. They got a good sized campground, primitive campground. I'm gonna walk out and show you that in a second, but I'm gonna go over a few notes. Again, 16,372 acres. Been a management area for several years. You can bring your camper up here and pretty much leave it there without any hassle. Great people hunting here. I know several people that hunt here. I know the guys that work the actual check-in station and do some of the work around the management area. So, but again, it is just a great place to deer hunt, and they have 26 gun days that you can hunt, and also 5 muzzleloader hunting days. So, and that's that's different from the archery days, but again, you can hunt archery from October 15th to February 10th. So their first little hunt they have a youth hunt, November 16th to 17th. Youth hunt, you can come out here for 2 days, camp. So, and then they'll have a muzzleloader hunt for 5 days from the November 18th to the 22nd. Awesome hunt. Again, all of these hunts are 2 deer a day. You could kill a buck and a doe, until you get all your buck tags done, which is 3. There's no antler restriction. So just a great opportunity. Their first gun hunt will be from November 25th to December 1st, a 7-day gun hunt. Just amazing opportunity, amazing time. You can come out here with a decent amount of time to camp, tent camp, camper camp, primitive campground, but I'm going to show you that here in a minute. So then around Christmas, like the holidays for school, December 26th to January 1st, you got 7 days. So I might have skipped December 12th to the 15th. You've got 4 days there. So, but during them holidays, you got 7 days that you can come out here and have a blast. And it's starting. That part is kind of their main rut. So that's, you know, a great time to be here. Then January 9th through the 12th, they'll have 4 days. And January 23rd to the 26th, they'll have 4 days. And that'll wrap up their gun hunts. But it's just an amazing, you know, opportunity. And again, it's the best place. Get out right here. The best place to take a deer. I mean, your chances, they got so many deer, you know, it's just unreal. And to harvest 200, sometimes 220 deer a year is just amazing. You know, here's a general look at the campground. They've got a split campground. We've got area over here. People have already got their campers that they're starting to bring, you know, so people getting ready because squirrel season is already open. So then up in there is the checking station. So, but it's, again, you know, south of Hamilton, on the west side of Alabama, northwest side basically. Just an amazing place to hunt. Again, no pressure, nobody, you know, puts any strict stipulations. If you harvest a spike or whatever, there's not going to be any issue. But they have potential on 160 plus. So they've been, I don't know if I can say several, but I know they've killed 160 before. And 150s, 130s, 130s to 150s range is pretty frequent. So, and there's real good genes in this area. But again, the family that's got most of the land, or might be all the land now, the Sam R. Murphy family, they want you to have a good time. They don't want any, you know, strict guidelines. They don't want any pressure. They want people that enjoy the outdoors, and that's why their land is in this man there. So, and I'm telling you, it's a very, you know, it's one of my favorite places, you know, to deer hunt. I don't, you know, I've killed a 3.5-year-old 9-point decent buck, but I've never came here, you know, specifically waiting on a monster buck. So, but I'm going to drive around and show y'all some of the land. You know, it's one thing about this place is they do a lot of cutting. I'm talking about a lot, and it's just, but it's prime habitat for deer, and prime habitat for good deer, and plenty of them. So, and I also got a decent turkey population. You know, it's pretty popular for turkey. So we're going to drive around, look at some of the roads and stuff, and I'll show you and give you a few tips because, you know, it's not that hard of a strategy here as far as harvesting them, but it's going to be, you know, but still, you know, slight challenge, but it's not like, say, hunting Black Warrior or somewhere like that with a lower deer population. So, because trust me, this place has got the deer. So hang on just a minute, we'll talk some more. All right, y'all, I'm driving around, again, Sam R. Murphy Wildlife Management Area. Boo-coo bunch of deer, just crazy. And the main reason they got so many deer is because of this. Massive cutovers, massive, you know, thick pines, just a nasty but perfect deer habitat. You know, it just is what it is. So they can get in there unless they get pushed out, or unless they get crazy cold where they move around a whole lot. They can get there and hide, and they just, the numbers just stay real, you know, just stay high. It's just, there's no, I mean, it's hard for even hunting and being able to take 2 deer a day. It's hard to reduce, I mean, reduce the numbers low. If you look right here, see, you got greenbrier like crazy right there, and honeysuckle. So it's just right there on the side of the road. So, and people say, well, how in the God's word you gonna hunt this stuff? Well, all right, so for bow hunting, you know, they got stream management zones, or SMZs as they call them, you know, hardwood bottoms in places, and, you know, just scattered hardwoods. So bow hunting early season, you know, try to find an oak tree dropping or something. Or, you know, they got bunches of food plots, and a lot of people are very successful hunting food plots here early season. So, and the main thing I do, you know, especially when I'm going somewhere new, is I drive these roads, because this place has got a lot of dirt roads, a lot of gravel roads, a lot of dead-end gated roads that you can, you know, right now they're locked, but you can walk and stuff, and just look for saddles on the roads, you know, edges, or just drive around the road and stop and looking for tracks. So there's fresh tracks. you know, coming out of that nasty cutover back there, and then crossing, you know, into these pines. And it looks like there's a pretty good sized track right there. You know, it looks like they're just going out of the cutover, you know, into here, thick pine. So I'm just looking, you know, so right here and there's trees in there, pine trees, you know, smaller pine trees that you could get in there and climb if you wanted to. But you know, you got to be kind of open-minded about this stuff, and it's just, you know, gun hunting, ground hunting, blind hunting, you know, we got plenty of ways of doing it. I've known people that find, you know, pinch points and funnels are close to the SMZs and these big huge cutover like that, and tote that gum step ladders in there because there's no trees high enough to climb, but they just get up on a step ladder where they can see. So when 3 or 4, 6 trails or whatever come together, or where multiple drainages come together, just, you know, or multiple habitats coming together, and they just get on that step ladder and hunt. And you also have a lot of people to do man drives and stuff during the gun season, so you can kind of be strategic about where you hunt at, where them people would help you at. So it's just, I mean, there's multiple options. So I'm gonna get in the truck and drive around a little bit more, but again, this to me is the best place in Alabama to go deer hunting. You know, no pressure, no big buck pressure or whatever. You just go deer hunting. If you want to go deer hunting, hey, this is the place to be. So if you've never hunted or not familiar about Alabama system, just get on Outdoor Alabama. They got a little thing, little pinpoints like where to hunt, how, you know, stuff like that. Well, click on the ones that where to hunt. They'll have like Forever Wildland or W.M.A.s lands, wildlife management areas. Click on that and it'll head up a list, and you can click on that and click on specific management areas, and that'll have maps that you can print, color maps that you can print, and have the rules and regs for that. And it's pretty simple. Just, you know, so get on that if you need to. I'm not going to post any Alabama State or whatever stuff on my links, but I just don't really want to do that, but I promote them. So you can get on that website and do all that. I'm not going to be a go-to for doing that, but it just, I mean, an amazing opportunity. You know, here in Alabama, we've got, say, 700,000 acres of federal or state-owned land that you can hunt. So, and this is, to me, the best one. So I'm going to keep driving around and show you all some more little pointers and some more, you know, tracks and stuff just to look at, maybe a food plot or two. But again, if you're new to it or you want to try something, you know, not guaranteed, but your best opportunity to harvest a deer on public land in Alabama, this is the spot. So hell, one thing about this management area is they do put up a lot of signs that show you, you know, where you can hunt. So behind that sign, you can hunt. So you can get your Onyx out or Spartan Forge, Hunt Stand, whatever, and kind of look at your map stuff, and plus have your paper map with you to give you a basic idea, you know, where you start or where you can hunt without getting on. Because the one thing about Murphy is it's got a lot of broke up land that's going to be, you know, intermingled or beside or very close to, you know, private land. So you got to kind of pay attention to that. You know, some people love that because, you know, you got people that baiting deer or maybe a bunch more food plots or hay fields or whatever that deer will go to. They'll travel from the public to the private or back and forth. A lot of people like doing that, hunting close to edge and stuff, and that's fine. And there's plenty of opportunities for that in this management area because, again, it's, you know, broken up in just 16,000. You know, there's some good sized blocks, but there's also quite a few broken up places. So let's drive on. All right, here's another telltale sign of, you know, idea to give you a basis or a, you know, maybe a starting point. You can see these tracks right here. Also, you can see it as a war trail. So, a very good worn trail right here, you know, crossing this gravel road, coming out of, you know, looks like a 4 to 5 year old cutover going into, you know, thicker pines. So stuff like that, you know, you can get you maps out, you know, or you can just walk in that area and, you know, look, there's some, out there on the side of the road, there's some hardwood, so there's some hardwoods that goes in, so it just gives you, you know, a good idea of the basics of hunting, to get back to the old days, finding tracks, you know, looking and having a, you know, a starting place, you know, looking for the pull off where people park at, and go for there and kind of make a plan. But I mean, it's not extremely hard here to find, you know, deer signs. So we're gonna drive on around, but I'm just showing y'all basic things that's just to look for and to get you an idea of somewhere to start. See, I'm not pretty good turkey track right there walking beside the road. Right there. More deer track. Deer track going in that little break right there. So, you know, as I drive around here, you know, my brother and my dad and I we've hunted here quite a bit, like several years back. You know, there were times, you know, in Black Warrior we'd get frustrated, you know, hunting big deer or whatever, and we just wanted to go hunt deer, and numerous times that we doubled or tripled here, and just, you know, just come and hunt and have a good time. So this is one of the places like you could get 2 or 3 buddies or whatever and just come here for one of them 4-day hunts or the 7-day hunt, camp, you know, and set up and just have a good time, you know, just old style hunting, you know, just, you know, the camping style where you're, you know, sitting around talking, telling stories, and just coming out here and hunting deer just to have a great time, where you don't have as much, you know, pressure or you know, not being negative against mature buck hunting, but some of the, you know, the basic roots of the hunting, the food part of it, and the enjoyment of it, the family part of it. So this kind of brings me memories driving around here, because a couple years ago, you know, I've got a tree here. I've only killed deer at like 2 or 3 different places here. I know I killed one of them with a bow, a 3-point with a bow in a different place. That's the only deer that I killed in that place. But I got one tree here that a couple years ago I came here and hadn't been here in several years, and was climbing the tree going up. Barely could get my stand around it, and the stand would make a popping noise every now and then, because the tree was a hard bark. It was a water oak, and it was so big my stand was kind of, you know, fighting it getting up it, and it would do a popping every now and then, just almost like an antler hit. And it done that like 3 times, and I'd stop and just listen. And I always climb with my gun with a sling around my neck. Well, I was about 5 foot from where I was going to stop and hunt at, and I drove all from work that morning, from working night shift. And anyway, I shot a 3-year-old, like a 5-point or something, kind of just a decent sized body, but he didn't have no gene potential for a good rack. But anyway, I wasn't carrying anyway. But he come up to that popping noise looking for a fight, come in stiff-legged. So, and that tree, I'd have to look into my book, but pushing 20 deer that I've taken out of that tree. And it's just, I mean, it's one of them places. It's the place, you know. If I want to go take a deer or get a look at a deer or whatever, that's where I'm going. So, and you know, there's other places, but that place has always done well for me. And this with that many deer here, it's very easy to do that and find places like that. And matter of fact, 90% of the time my brother, my dad, and I came here, we hunted off of one road that we got real, I mean, we learned it. We learned the habitat, you know, how they traveled, how they used it. And we learned that by coming looking for tracks, just like I'm doing right now. My dad and I come out here during the gun hunt and just drove some of these roads, some of these dead end roads, till we, you know, seeing where people are parking basically, and looking for tracks. And we found some tracks, and we split up in 2 different places, and we both were walking in, say at 8, 9 o'clock in the morning, jumped deer walking in, and I picked me a tree out, and that tree was the tree I killed my first deer out of. And that's, you know, I'll still go to that tree. You know, it's just, just the memory part of it. And it's just, you know, if I wanted to try to kill monster bucks, I could probably do it in that tree if I just was more patient, you know. Actually, my son, I carried him here on a youth hunt, and he was playing with a Game Boy, and the biggest buck I ever seen out of this tree that I was hunting in, that tree that I killed all them deer out of, was that day with him on a youth hunt. And he was playing with a Game Boy, and I whispered to him, and we climbed the tree together. He was above me in the climber, and I was right below him, and I said, "There's a deer." And he was putting his Game Boy up and getting his gun, and the Game Boy didn't go in his pocket. And it fell, and it hit his tree stand. It seemed like 10 times, and my tree stand 10 times going down, and that buck, you know, gone. You know, and then again, it looked like a 120 to 130 inch buck, just a nice, you know, good frame buck. So, you know, just a, you know, a whopper. But anyway, that was a memory for him, memory for me, and a lesson for both of us. So, but anyway, this place is that kind of place where you can come have them kind of memories, so without being, you know, too stressed about what you need to shoot or what other people want you to shoot. So let's drive on right here and see what else we can see. Another thing about this management area is these roads, you know, these roads could get rough at times. You don't want to be, I mean, it's four-wheel drive is, you know, will be the best option, but you don't have to have a four-wheel drive. But these roads get rutted up, and when it rains, they get pretty nasty. So here's a pretty good, I'm not going to drive down this road, but you can see the difference in the timber. So it's a good, you know, habitat or timber change. So another place that you can kind of look at. So them edges and them transition areas, you know, just like, you know, some of the basics, the basic tools of hunting is just looking at that. You just don't have as much hardwood edges, you know, here as you will other places, but you'll have, you know, you'll specifically have a lot of different pine age transitions, you know, fresh cut over to you know, 10-year-old cutovers or whatever. This pine's growing up, so right there's like a 3-year-old cutover. So a prime rifle spot, you know, in them places, the cutovers, you know, you're looking at the corners or the L's, you know, a lot of people say, and then ditches. So right here, you got a hardwood edge with a ditch, basically a ditch. That's something to look at. You know, you can, that's one of the places, like you could bail out, you might have to fight your way in. You might have to fight your way in the hardwoods. It's gonna be a pretty good steep get in there, but you can run that hardwood drainage back to a corner or something and try to find, you know, multiple trails coming in, and just to give you that's a deer trail going right through there. So coming off, and it's like a saddle, as you can see right here. So, you know, and there's probably another place up there that you can look at, but that side of that hill right there would look, you know, but just a great looking area. So Greenbrier, don't you look on a deer can walk down, they just walk down these roads at night and get all the food that they want without, you know, without getting into that stuff real deep. Just that's one good thing about that kind of habitat, the cutover style of habitat, you know. So there's your edge, you know, you can look at. So, but just a unique place. Okay, as far as food plots on this management area, you know, they don't have a bunch of big ones, but they got a bunch of smaller food plots, you know, especially on them dead end roads we're talking about. Just real, I mean, that sucker looks good. And this is a, you know, a decent amount of time before deer season. So that sucker's ready. So, and a lot of people are very successful hunting these. So you have, you know, multiple options, you know, especially bow hunting early. You know, you can kind of, you know, trying to find acorn trees or a little food plot like that, and just have a good time, because there's plenty of deer taking off them things early season especially, and then later season during the rut and stuff. So you'd be surprised what can happen on there, because it's just a different food that the deer like coming to, so even the turkeys. But anyway, they have a bunch of these food plots, you know, and the maps, I'm pretty sure the maps show them. So, and that's just something you can look at on the maps. And also a good tool is Google Earth that you can look at a lot of this stuff at. But anyway, I'm gonna do a little bit more driving around, but this is, again, if you want to kill a deer or have fun hunting, this is the place to do it. There's another one of the food plots. It ain't been planted that long, so, but a nice food plot, plenty of trees to get in. So, especially if you're like a saddle hunter or something like that, you have numerous options. So it's just, this is right off one of the, you know, drivable roads, but that don't mean anything, trust me. You know, right before dark, or even I know people that do it in the mornings have been very successful, you know, early season doing that. The deer just pay attention to the vehicle traffic. They'll pop in and out. They can hear somebody popping these gravels from a long ways off. Here's another one of their food plots, freshly planted. It ain't been planted real long, but it's coming up. So another way to look for tracks if you're trying to find a specific track. Say if you was trying to big buck hunt, you could run some of these real quick in the area and just see what tracks is crossing. But from the looks of this food plot, I've not seen a track yet crossing it. That just tells you they don't have to have it right now. They're all the other natural browse and stuff, they're wearing that out, and they might strategically, you know, save this. The deer might just save this till later on into the winter. There's a track right there crossing to good size doe track, but they've got quite a few of these and these pines planted, just extra habitat and stuff for the deer, so, and the wildlife, turkey included, and rabbits and squirrels, whatever, just anything that needs it. So, but cool. I mean, it's just a very unique management area. So again, a lot of history and a lot of memories for us, you know, helping with a lot of the stuff that I learned, you know, over the years. And even my brother and my dad also, of course, he's passed away now, but it's just part of the resources and part of the tools we use to learn how to be successful is these places like this. So, all right, I'll stop to look at these tracks. Coming out of there. That's a hardwood mixture right there. There's a white oak right here. There's a smaller red oak. So this will be a good place to look at. So turkey track right there. So several fresh, I mean, numerous fresh deer tracks. I mean, this, you know, I might be saying this too much, but it's pretty simple. You know, you got pines over there, you got to look a thin cut in between there, you know, like a different edge, unique edge. But you just got tracks. I mean, if you want to hunt, I mean, this is the place to do. I don't know how much more video I'm going to be doing now, but I've got quite a bit of footage of this. But it's just, you know, looking at these edges, these transition areas, SMZs, just even the food plots, the younger cutovers. So a great place to hunt. And look at these acorns on the ground. So there's a busted one. So deer are picking these up. So So there you go. I mean, how hard? That ain't. And these roads, these gated roads, these dead end roads, this is one I'm on right now. You can hunt right on the side of this road if you wanted to. So because it's just like a logging road basically. So small deer there, spawn crap. But I mean, again, this is one of the best. This is the best place, in my opinion, to come hunt. So if you just want to go hunt, have a great time, no worries. Right here, this is it. Look at that trail right there, double trail. So Sam R. Murphy Managed, 16,000 something acres. They average about 200 deer a year taken, and some good ones too now. So don't get me wrong with that. These two counties have got the genes for some big deer, and this habitat has got it. It just people don't really worry about it as much, and a lot of them don't broadcast it that much. But there are some daggum good ones taken here. So I hope y'all have enjoyed this video. Please like, subscribe, and share, because you know that's why we do it, is promote the public land hunting, your opportunities where you're not out so much money, you know, especially the people that can't afford these, because club prices now are so much, thousands of dollars now for a decent club. So and then you got to learn that club. And then you got certain rules that, you know, that could be tough to get by. So about how you got to pin in, you know, when you can go hunt, you know, where you can hunt, how far apart you got to stay. You got to worry about all the other people, who's pinning where and all that, and people watching where you're pinning. So but anyway, these public lands are great opportunities, you know, in a lot of states, even Alabama, to have a great time, enjoy yourself. And hey, I'm filming this a few weeks before season, just in case anybody want to look at this and want to do something different or try public land hunting for the first time. This is the place to do it. I know I've said that a bunch of times, but I'm telling you, this is the place to do it. Awesome place to start out at, or just an awesome place to go for a change of pace or whatever. So it's time to get them flat. We'll see y'all. Good luck. You know, send me some pictures, send the rat pictures, you know, keep in touch. Again, please like and subscribe, and we'll see y'all. Hey everybody, thank y'all for watching the videos. Well, again, we appreciate y'all's support. If you haven't liked, please like and subscribe. And you don't care if you haven't got one of our books, check out Amazon and get a book. Also, we got a link on there where you can, on our YouTube channel, where you can go on. We got a little store set up, like if you're interested in any kind of merchandise, shirts and stuff, you can check that out. And we really appreciate anything like that. So again, we appreciate y'all's support. You know, keep watching. We're gonna keep trying to share the outdoors and how we do some things, and try to help everybody that we can enjoy the outdoors. And you know, we do this for just basically because of the environment and the community that's involved and built around hunting. So again, we appreciate y'all. Like, share, and we'll see y'all again.